and it will commence very soon. These are the informations that the public wants to hear, wants to know, that will ginger them to say, we still have hope to keep following on this case. The phone forensic they asked Mr. Muiwa to do, that he claimed they want to do, up until now, we did not hear anything or know any information about it. And you expect the public not to be angry or say nasty words.
Don't forget, Mr. Muiwa paid, it was up to 1 million, couple of million for ACAS.
And the ACA run away. I mean, him and ACA, they ran away. They are using that to law money, to come up with. So
Christ.
Tell me, for 18 months, how come the phone forensic was not done?
Mm-hmm.
We said to them, you guys should go to the house and go to the hospital. Gurexi said, oh, that one, we have done it now. We have done it now. All these things that this guy is doing. That was the time Yomi first came out.
Jack, you know something?
Yeah.
Jack, you know something?
Paparaino,
I have one question. Please, now, you cannot just come up and start interrupting people now. Abba.
Bibi, just 1 minute, I beg. Bibi, 1 minute, I beg. Paparaino, let me ask you this question, please. Let's be honest with ourselves, because of people that are listening. Can a lawyer stand administrative bail in Nigeria?
I will answer that. Let them be through with their conversation. Go on, Vigo. We'll talk about that later, because if we start that night, we'll keep going. Vigo, go on.
Because they are saying it's not possible.
Before they talk about that top movie is against the the code of conduct of a lawyer.
Can you go on by your conversation, please? Forget about his question. Go on with what you're discussing.
Jack, you know what?
Yesterday you are wrong. You are Bibi. You are very, very wrong. Do your research.
Jack, you know what? Yesterday morning, right? I was going through my phone and I went to pick that voice of mohbad, where mohbad was telling Wumi that I think it was a mix Yoruba and English, where mohbad was saying that, Kilode to delete and message me. Why did you delete my messages? Why did you delete all these things? I want to post near me. Those are the things you wanted to post after you don't buy me. Listen though, this is where my interest is, Jack. And mohbad went on to say that, look, Tobatin Sheleyi, Eyiloma Fishe Ashemo. If you have been doing this, you will use mine.
Vigo, she uses compound word, not just to Wumi alone. Tieba.
Okay, thank you. Tieba, and mohbad went on to say, Walai, Nini Simi. I don't know. I was like, what kind of child is this mohbad? What kind of a human being he is? He said, I swear you will not have peace. I was now sitting down, I was in the kitchen, and I was asking myself, I said, this guy is a special child, he's a prophet. Is Wumi having peace? Obviously no. Wumi is not having peace. All what this guy said, just like Bob Marley, just like I forgot the name of this renowned
Bibi.
I'm coming, Susan. One minute. Look, the only thing that can give Wumi peace is for Wumi to confess while she's in the prison and ask for forgiveness of the whole Nigeria. Susan, you can come in.
If you see this thing that you just interpret. You see, it carries a lot of weight. That's why I keep on saying that Wumi marriage with Mohbad is like a contract marriage. It's like Wumi is being planted there for Mohbad, and it's by force. Mohbad cannot escape Wumi. So, who are the people that Mohbad is referring to? Is Wumi and her gang.
Exactly.
So, Wumi and her gang. He's not referring to outsiders. He knows that Wumi is being planted there or something. And that's why he's referring to them, not outsiders. It's Wumi and her gang. So just to add to what you said.
See, if we look at this whole thing, right, it's like in our midst, we still have some saboteurs, people that sabotage other people's efforts just because it's not coming from their own camp, right? And sometimes I'll just look like, what are we actually doing as a human being? Just because you guys don't want to drop your ego.
Don't forget that I think it was discussed here on Paparaino, was yesterday also. I was listening. We have a lot of planted mercenaries, okay, which they're there to convince and confuse people, right? And do you get me? And
I understand.
some of them will act that way, even though they know the truth, right? And only the truth shall set them free, but they'll still go against it regardless.
Yeah, that is why. Yeah, it sounds crazy when people say, "I've come out to repent." I was in shock. The man was in shock. He doesn't even know what to do. The shock man, when they ask for where now put the land, person, you see what I noticed, right? All the shock part, all the craziness part, all the sadness part has been carried out a day before when they actually heard the boy died. So all the shock, all the cry, they've done it a day before that Tuesday. That Tuesday was the day they had to come and talk about what is the next thing. So that shock that people keep saying, he was in shock, he could not record, he could not video, he could not do this, is just, to me, an excuse for this family. How come Baba is not hammering on, I saw pool of blood though, and I saw clothes soak of blood? Baba is not even, because if you keep talking about that, it will keep ringing, and we can, in fact, I said people should, at any point, speak to Yomi if they are able to speak to him, to petition Mohbad's junior sister, to come and talk more about the pool of blood that she saw. Let us get information from her. But it's because she's not been invited yet. That is why she can come on live and be cursing people and be saying, you want our children to be going to prison. But you are a witness to that blood stain you saw. You too, come and talk your own. Come and sing your own song. And I'm waiting for the day I will hear that news that Folashade too has been picked up or invited, as they call it, to come and do what? To come and speak our own truth. Because Baba is not talking about this anymore. And I remember that one time like that on Ahmed Issa, Break the Family, Baba said, I have an information, but I cannot say it openly. But when I see the commissioner of police, I will share the information. Up until now, we've not heard that. Even the time Baba had an opportunity when Yomi was doing what was it called? The parade, or what they call it, that they went to say and see the commissioner of police. Baba had a chance to go at the time, but he doesn't bother, right? So for me, I think they are the ones sabotaging in a stylish way, trying to cover up some certain things. But now, they can't anymore. That is why the new development about Baba coming to confirm that Mohbad died on Monday is coming out, because now what they are hiding is about to explode. And as a good lawyer that Baba have as El Sanchetu, he must have advised him that, listen, is that time you come out and talk about what you know. We're going to give them slowly.
Mm-hmm.
And how can people defend Baba coming out now to say, true, he died on Monday? But guess what their defense will be? Is the owner of the child, is the father that is grieving, and Baba is still in shock, Baba is thinking so much, he could not sleep, what do you want him to do? That is what their defense will be.
Jacob,
Instead of
the only thing that's bothering me is why can't the police produce that CCTV that's overlooking Mohbad's house? I mean, say from the 10th of September up until the 14th of September. You know, they should have that. Police have every right to go after that CCTV and get it
Richie,
opened.
Richie, see the way we are going attacking police. My advice to everybody, don't stop. Okay? Don't stop, because it's going to get to a time they will not bear it anymore. They will not have any other thing to do than to come out to do the right thing.
Oh, yes.
So, we shouldn't
Susan.
stop.
You remember when we started this movement newly, Paparano used to have problem with me when I used to attack the police, because, look, it is the police that brought us to this time. It is the police that failed us. It is because of the police lackadaisical attitude. That is why we are still here. It is because of the police shenanigans. That is why we are still here. It is because of the police inshasha behavior. That is why we are still here. It is because of the police stupidity. That is why we are still here. I quite remember, and Susan, you will bear me witness. Me and Papariano have had problem about 3 times.
Baby, you are getting this. You are not putting the way it has always been. The way it has always been, I have always been saying that anybody can criticize anybody, but please make it be fair. All right. If you make your criticism fair, there is no time you'll ever see me telling you otherwise. No, I'm a reasonable person. Even if you stay here right now, I will not just allow you insult institutions just like that. But if we have a discussion where the conversation is where some certain things had to be addressed, I mean, fine. We can agree on some certain areas, but we will not completely. For example, one lady came out recently and said that Lagos State is smelling, okay, which had to later apologize. That was a wrong statement. How can you just use such derogatory word on a place like that where people fancy and people live? It may not be in its best, but hey, you can't be using such word on a whole big state or a community like that. This is out of desperation. Okay, this is not needed. This is too overreaction. So for anybody, it is not.
Paparano, wait, let me refresh your memory.
Virgo, let me reply to your
just
statement.
give me 1 minute,
1 second.
please.
1 second, so that you probably pick up your errors. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't forget that the family already gave the police wrong information from the beginning. They are not being straightforward with the police. We know that sometimes, it could be a crazy institution, but we should not just rubbish them all the way throughout. Because if the family are not even looking forward to press charges or to pick up an individual with the right information they have, do you know how many cases, how many problems police are resolving every minute? So they see that you guys are just being crazy. Although that wouldn't happen abroad. Once you report a crime,
the same police that arrested these individuals.
Jack,
they're not doing nothing with their arresting. Or is it your cause that make them to arrest them?
Papariano, look, you see, if I start giving you facts of police negligence, you will have no option.
I agree. I agree. Police can be negligent. All right. But what I'm saying is that we can address their negligence and call them to step up. But what we cannot do is to be coming around and be insulting them unnecessarily, because that will not fix no problem.
No,
that's what I was saying.
Listen, let me tell you, an angry man An hungry man is an angry man, or how did they put it? Look, if you could remember, when we were fighting for justice for Mohbad, one of their own committed suicide in Ogbomoso, Oyo State. If you could remember very well, on this same your platform, we analyzed the swiftness of police action in that event. Now, what Yomi is doing today, it is what the police are supposed to do. What Yomi is doing today.
Are you sure they have not done it?
Paparaino, come on, Paparaino. Don't tickle yourself and be laughing.
Let's open the space. No, it's not. I'm not tickling myself in any way.
You want to blame the police when Baba arrived at the police station to request for, a pass instead of reporting a crime? Do you think police get time? Hold on. Do you think they'll be babysitting you when you give them a wrong information? See, certain things has to be said.
No, Jack, wait, Jack, please. We are all learned.
But what conversation were you having with Top Movie? Maybe we can put that as well.
We are all learned. Don't behave like Top Movie this morning. Look, let me tell you. When Baba went to that police station,
we'll come to that shortly.
When Baba went to that police station with lifeless body, even if Baba did not make official complaint in that police station, it is the duty of the police to ask further questions.
They ask questions, or Baba wrote questions.
Wait, Papariano. It is the duty of the police to ask further questions. Where are you coming with this lifeless body? Where did you find him? What happened? It is the duty of the police at that instant.
Did I give you the answer? The police
to follow Baba back.
Hold on. They told Baba that Baba should go back to
Jack, wait. It is the duty of the police to go with Baba to go and comb that house. It is the duty of the police to go and comb the house. It is the duty of the police to arrest every single living
Why would they arrest? Listen, why would they arrest everybody when the father of the child said, "Is the father? This boy just died. They are going to bury him, and they just want they need a pass to take him to where they're going." When the ambulance man said, "We can't be carrying body. It's illegal. Let us go and get a pass." Right? Hold on. They told them to go back to their quarrel.
That is another conversation.
It's not now. Listen, you cannot be comparing. Hold on. You can't be comparing police in abroad with no Nigerian police. How things are in Nigeria generally, right? The police has told them, take the body back to where you are coming from. There is a police station around there. Go and get the necessary information or whatever you need. But because the father of the deceased was there, and probably the way he spoke to them, they are going to bury him, his son, they didn't even end up going back to where
Baba said it himself that they were told to take it to another station.
Exactly. So you want to blame police for that?
But he told them to take it to Ikorodu instead.
Listen now, Jack.
I'm listening now.
Listen, Jack. I don't know where you are streaming from this morning, but let us stay within the confirmed.
Sorry, his name is J Clock, so other don't misquote him. There's another person called Jack, so they don't interchange.
J Clock.
J Clock.
I don't know where you are streaming from this morning, but let us stay within the confinement of the negligence of the police, and that is what I'm pointing out this morning. Do you understand? Look, J Clock, what I am saying is, in a professional institution like the police, where a citizen comes to the police station with a lifeless body, forget about him making official complaint or telling the police that all he need is a pass, all he need is XYZ in a professional institution. And that is why I gave you an example. Maybe by then you were not on this platform. During that time when we were fighting for justice for mohbad, sometimes we spent 2-3 days on this app without sleep. One of their own committed suicide in Oyo State, Ogbomosho. We all saw the swiftness of the police. And what I am trying to tell you this morning is, at that particular instant, when Baba went to the police station with a lifeless body, what the police would have done is to ask further questions. What the police to have done is to act further. Where are you coming? Where are you bringing this body from? What
From the
happened?
house. He just died.
Oh, you are bringing it from the house? Okay,
Yes.
then what the police were supposed to do was to quickly mobilize reinforcement and went to the house where what happened. Then they will comb that place, arrest everybody. Well, after arresting everybody, then you distribute or share them. You send some to Alabo. Send some to. Good morning, sir. You send some
My
to
favorite
Koyi.
panelists.
Send some to Ikeja. Send some to Paparaino. Help me mention the
In
name
Nigeria
of
of today, when you know how the institution is, see, you are trying to be professional and
Mr.
forgetting the fact that
We'll get there, Mr.
Nigeria.
Vicky.
Good
Maybe
morning.
we'll get there.
Good morning. Let's be objective and let's not be subjective, because Mr. Virgo, if your might and your strength rely on really giving it out to the police, your argument will definitely have a reflection upon the state of your mind and the course and the trend of your argument. Mr. Joseph Aloba has already made up his mind that he wants to go and bury his son. He said along the line that he actually thought the police will arrest everybody. So I've gone to the police station and I've said, oh, it's my son, or he died though. Maybe he died on the way to the hospital. Maybe he died inside the house. We just need to take him to the morgue and we need a paperwork or whatever the case may be. Baba was hell-bent on burying that guy as quickly as he could. The idea of saying, I expect the police to arrest us, and if you are scared that anything could have happened to you in the house, you have an opportunity at the police station to say, oh God, the reason why I brought the body here is that I want you to investigate the death of the dying of my son, which means at that point in time, what you've engineered when you move the body is to go and bury the body. So everything else is neither here nor there. The police did say, do not move the body. Don't take the body away. Go to the other jurisdiction. This all say, Baba, as you want to blame the police, let's now say everyone will have a portion of fault, decided to defy the advice of the police, decided not to ask questions for them to reinforce the fact that that is how it is done. So the police have actually done a fair bit of work for this man to understand how things work, regardless. But when you bring a cold, dead body of your son to the police station, at that point in time, there's no reason why the police should actually believe there is any measure of criminality in the case. So, and don't forget, and we should always remember, that they succeeded in burying this guy, and the public outcry got the authorities to exhume the body. And all we're doing in retrospect is we're just going back and just saying this, if maybe. But the if maybe about this case is actually that if it becomes established that this guy died on Monday, If we now decide to do a phone forensics and actually realize that the entire all the members of the family, everybody knew that this guy died on Monday, I will expect every single one of them to be locked up and let them now write a fresh statements. Because there is a massive criminality in this course. It's taking 1 year. It's taking 18 months for these guys to be at loggerheads in the background. And I'm telling you, whether it's Baba Mobado, whether it's Iya Mobado, whether it's Wumio, whether it's Darosha, they have a way they are communicating with themselves. The thing is, the good thing about this process is it's taking this long, especially the inquest is actually allowed time for these people to now be at a juncture where they realize that they can no longer cover the lies. Because if you want to make money, you need money to make money. If you think you've got a bit of money and you believe your supporters are loaning you money and you've paid lawyers and you've covered your tracks to a point where you run out of money, out of desperation, the next thing will be go global, get out there, go and do interviews. And out of those interviews, you even run out of interviews. The interviews now becomes inconsequential because your lawyers that have actually cautioned you to keep quiet got up to a point where they realized actually maybe you even run out of money to pay lawyers. And the little money that is left, the only damage limitation you can do is to then inadvertently shoot yourself in the foot. And where we are right now, I'm not the biggest fan of Mr. Yomi Fabi, but out of the tenacious energy that he has, regardless of anything you want to throw at him, whether Wumi is going to say he made 10 million, if he makes 10 million and he has a foundation and he has an NGO, someone mute yourself, there's a lot of noise there, an NGO, VDM also has this, no, you need to mute yourself first. VDM also has his own sort of like aspect of thing. Look at what happened to his foundation. Look at the amount of money that is going into VDM. At some point, even the jealousy people or the jealous people will come in and say, you need to account for this, account for that. It doesn't matter what you account for. The push had come from all corners. This black cap has done his own thing. Yomi came out of nowhere. I'm not his biggest fan, but at the end of the day, his tenacity is actually cost. He's not going to give up. Knock him down, castigate his character, desecrate his work, or whatever the case may be. If his tenacity hasn't actually given us a cause for the people involved with this 3 seconds video haven't been put behind bars, we will be where we've been 18 months ago, because people will still go on and say that 3 seconds video counts for nothing. And let me remind you, stop unmuting yourself. Let me finish. Let me round up. Please. This is not how we do things here. Let me just round up. That's how you interjected somebody. Let me round up. Then you don't be in a hurry. Let me just finish. No, you are in a hurry because I've got 1 minute to finish. Stop interjecting me. Let me don't kill my. Yeah, let me finish. No, it's this additional guy, whatever his name is. Now he's allowed me to almost lose my line of thought. And you see, this is just idiocy. You know that I need to finish what I'm talking about. And going back to Yomi, I'm just trying to kind of re-engineer the process again. And when you look at the energy this guy is channeling into this process, and then we end up in a position where Paparaino himself, now I've collected my thoughts, Paparaino himself is actually sort of like being passionate about the fact that really doesn't matter what is in that 3 seconds video or what is inside that 10 minutes video. Let's push the police. Let the police kind of give us the opportunity to find the said video, Even if it's a fake video, at least we can just juxtapose sort of like what we see audio and visual against the 3 seconds. Let's listen to it. And if we're going to discount it, let's do it by the police doing the work, doing their forensics, get the public, even if it's Jomi that goes out there to come and tell us there's nothing in there. Let's do the right thing. Thank you.
Adeshina, you wanted to say something?
The last man that just talked now, I think Paparaino has been telling people, he has been explaining this thing to people. Why are they saying this man already going to bury his child? Somebody went to the police station, no report was given to this man. He went to the mortuary, nothing was given to him. Then what do people expect the man to do? To take the dead body back home or what? And Paparaino has been explaining.
Relax. Follow the process. The man got there. He did not report a crime. A crime occurred. They buy somebody, they kill somebody, and he said he saw pool of blood. He said he saw a foul play. Right? Relax. When he goes to the police station,
did not report a crime. Wait, J Clock. Oh, we are not keen on this matter. The man did not report a crime. Yes, he did not. We agree. But then the police went to the house and saw blood themselves.
Let me answer to this additional. You are taking me somewhere else. Relax.
So why can't they take up the investigation?
You are taking me somewhere else. We are in Vago. Mr. Additional, if Baba probably reported that case that night, that listen, even if he does not want to say it openly, if you give police a sign, say, na crime, police are not that stupid. You understand? But because you are the father, they put you to go and back front that to say, okay, now his son, he just died. Now, you didn't report it. Police will not take action like that. And the advice they gave him, that even himself confirmed to, did he follow it? Baba, go back to the jurisdiction where you are coming from. You see police station there that's very close to the house where this issue happened. Go and report it there. We cannot issue you anything here. Did Baba follow that?
Yeah,
Baba did not follow that. Baba just took the body home.
Those people that took that man there, they know that it's an hospital that is very nearer to that place they are coming from.
Okay, now let's assume that they couldn't go back to that place. Since Baba know that is a crime, on their way to Ikorodu, that Baba lives, there are so many police stations there that Baba could have gone to and say, listen, I went to Lekki and I know nothing about Lekki, and that's the reason why I brought this body here. Please, I need something to be done. It's a crime. I think they killed this guy. Do you think police are that useless that they will not take action? Do you think police don't know their job?
Because they intentionally took this man to where they know.
Okay, if they intentionally took this man to Lekki, Baba lives in Ikorodu.
You know people there, and
hold on. Baba lives in Ikorodu. How come Baba no intentionally take himself to Ikorodu that is familiar to go and report the crime?
Because that is the mortuary. I don't think there's any mortuary.
Baba Kira and Soyi now. Why can't Baba go to Ikorodu himself and say, I was in Lekki, but they are whatever they are saying, I don't even understand. But I believe I have understanding about Ikorodu. Ikorodu police station, I believe this boy was killed. What can be done? If at anything, Ikorodu police will signal or call Lekki and they will begin an investigation from there. But from the moment they told him to take the body back to the jurisdiction and he refuses, and instead they proceeded to let her into Ikorodu, then don't blame the police on that anymore. Even though Nigerian police are not that perfect or sometimes they could be crazy. But why are you not following the instruction they gave you? Coming up to be saying, take him home to eat it. Listen, we are tired of that mental abuse or blackmail that you guys come and give us. Are you the father? Is he your son? All those things is a bull crap. It's a crime.
Clock. Let me address additional just for a bit. Additional, welcome. Good morning.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm looking at one particular scenario. A father saw his son on Saturday. He went to a show over the week, on Friday maybe, or Saturday. Let's say Saturday. Went to a show over the course of the weekend. You heard that your son is spied. You went into the house. The first thing you saw was, even if it's a stain of blood, the first thing you saw when you ran upstairs was something to do with blood. And then you ran downstairs, and the next thing is carry the body and let's go and bury him. If you were in Baba Mohbad's position, what would you do?
Baba Mohbad did not.
What would you do? What would you do if you were in his position?
I will go to the police station and report the case, and I will make sure the police.
In what sense?
Because of the blood he saw.
Exactly. So why did he not report the case to the police this time around?
No, we are different type of people. This might have been confused.
No. Let's not go down the emotional track.
Okay.
Why do you think he did not report the case?
Well, I cannot say, because that's what I just said now, that we are different people, we are different persons entirely. What I will have to do is to report the case, is to tell them about the blood, is to tell them, but the man might be confused. That I'm not knowing
so
what.
it's confusion.
It's confusion.
Hold on, J-Clock. Hold on, additional. In his confusion, in that state of confusion, at the back of his mind, he just wants to lower this body 6 foot down under. He wasn't listening to what the police were saying and all the advice they were giving him, regardless of the situation. Hold on. Let me land. But at the back of his mind, the only thing he can see ahead of him is to bury this guy, regardless of whether whether they advise him, which he did not hit, so whether he commits the body to mortuary or not. And now tell me what you know about him going to the ballet of the town in the middle of the night. Tell me.
Now the ballet.
What do you think happened there?
The ballet has not come out to talk anything about this. He went to the ballet maybe because what I heard about that going to the ballet was that he went to the ballet to inform him that so things happened. And that is after the...
Have you seen Sir Kuman's video in which Mr. Joseph Aloba featured? And there was a guy in the video that actually mentioned that this whole thing happened on Monday. Have you seen the video? It was a live video. It was in that video. And the guy, still on the story of this ballet, said they came with the view to bury this guy, whether they are making preparation or not, on Monday. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that is after he went to the mortuary and he was not allowed.
Yeah. And it was in the video. And the third party mentioned that this thing happened on Monday. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it happened on Monday. Those people that were inside the house, they kept the dead body.
So why do you think Mr. Joseph Aloba is telling us it happened on Tuesday?
That is left.
In fact, mighty guy, for me, what I think a reasonable, God forgive me, somebody who he knew his son was spied should do. If the police refuses to give you anything and you are able to carry the body to your house, in fact, as a father, leave the body there. In the morning, go back to the police station around your area and say, this body must not be buried. Something happened to this boy, right? And we must investigate it. Right from there, police will kick in action and police will be forced to come and pick up that body in his house back to the mortuary because they've reported a crime now. So all this, is he going to take it to go and eat it in his house? Is he going to chop it in his house? All that one is just an excuse. And listen, I don't pray, I don't wish Baba Mohbad to lose any more individuals. And I sympathize with him. And the reason why I'm out here to talk about what I feel is right thing is because I care and I want him to get justice. But we should not be coming one-sided. Since as it's coming down now, saying that they buy that boy, That means he knew that that boy was, in fact, from seeing blood. So if he was followed by a gang of boys and he wants to play safe, right? Okay, let us take the body to the house. Get into the house. Don't bury the boy yet. Just leave the body. In the morning, open, you say, everybody don't wake up. Go back to the police station near you and report that his son is in the house and he believes that he was killed and he wants something to be done. Nobody will touch that body. But guess what? On their way, he called Bale, arranging to dig the ground to put that body, right? And someone will say he's in shock because you want to be one-sided after knowing that this boy was killed. That anger alone should make you say, you know what, fuck anybody. If not to kill me too, now will kill me for here. But, I'm not perfect, and I'm not saying my body is perfect, but let's be reasonable and let's try to be open-minded towards giving that information out there. All these things.
So talking about open-mindedness, thank you, J-Lock. And this is to Adeshino. Adeshino, I won't want to ask you a question that you will answer, but my assumption will be that you are a Yoruba man.
Yeah?
Are you a traditional Yoruba man?
Yeah, very, very traditional.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question, but I'm going to lead you into that question. Now, the scenario is not going to sort of like be directly correlated with the question, but let me give you this scenario. A can of worms was opened yesterday on Paparaino's platform. Tenny Omologo, cut long story short, at some point, Mr. Joseph Aloba detested the fact that any of his children were perhaps anywhere around the actual burial confines, within the surrounding in which the body was lowered. And he claimed that he knows his children, he knows what they look like, and perhaps maybe none of them, or maybe this time around, is to do with Blessing. And we all now know that Blessing was there. Not only committed the soil, the earth into the grave, she also threw something in there of which obviously we're debating and people are looking for excuses as to the reason. But Mr. Joseph Aloba, who inadvertently becomes a liar, people will now start saying the reason why Blessing did it is this, is that, but he said Blessing wasn't there. But traditionally, Mr. Adeshino, in any family in our Yoruba land, should anyone, be it the father or the mother, or any sibling that is older than the departed, be at the graveside? First question, should that be the case?
No.
Okay. Now, if we then end up establishing that Mr. Joseph Aloba is now become a pathological liar right now because he's lying to get himself out of deep trouble. If we then find and is now established that mohbad actually passed away on Monday and is not contestable, what do you think the police should do to this family?
Yeah, you should go down together with all these traitors, all these people. We should go down with them. If it is found out that
Thank you. I like that. So in this man's defense, as things stands at the moment, what will you class as his best effort on one side and his worst failing on the other? Best effort as a father of the departed, and his worst effort in this case?
Joseph Aloba is a failure in this case. I don't want to attack him. I don't want to, because I'm a good supporter of this justice for mohbad. But all this I'm hearing about this man is a failure. That man is a failure because he knows many things which is not seen. Because immediately that boy died, I think I heard that Blessing called him that mohbad has died, that he should take it calmly. So he knew that mohbad died on Monday. And now for him to be coming now to be saying Tuesday, that is another thing. He has a skeleton in the cupboard. And if he's finding it, he should go down together with all these people. That's just my own submission. It should go down because he knows a lot about the death of this boy, the death of Mohbad. He knows a lot about it, but it seems he's not coming out to say the truth.
You know what saddens me? What saddens me about this process? I woke up this morning, and one of the radio houses station that Mr. Joseph Aloba has gone to in the past are now sort of like making excuses and now telling us what we should not know. Thank God and thank Almighty, wonderful God that wanted to expose these people for a Tenium or logo. Now, with this thing coming to play, they are now beginning to come up with narratives. They shaved his hair, they put this in there. They want to make sure people don't pick something up and come and do juju. And come. Look, let me tell you something that we should put in account. You should not have put anything at all inside that grave. You know why? Before the body was exhumed, what did they do? They put stones, they concreted the place. They've concreted this place already. And I'm sure they're waiting for that concrete to dry so that they can put more concrete on top. So how do you expect anyone to kind of go in there with any anomaly? And the anomaly will be that they want to go and do juju or whatever. Because you've not only committed this 6 foot down on that, you've also put stones in there. You've also concreted it. Is this what we are as Nigerians? When we take side, we are not myopic, we are evil. Because we are supporting this man and the people that are supporting him become evil. And all we're trying to do is look for the traditional excuses and start making and concocting elements of stories that even our 16-year-olds will not believe. Can you even believe what these people are doing? Do you not actually believe it? Ceremonially, they sacrifice their own family. This is sacrificial. It's sacrilegious. It's not acceptable. Because if anything be what it is, Mohbad's body would have been respected. They would have laid his body in state. People would have paid their last respect, and they would have got on the road and we would have watched the procession for that body to go all the way to their native land for the body to be buried. But instead, they decided to sort of like forget about tradition, all our custom. They did not do anything customary and just decided to just do a charade of a burial. Look at the rain on that day. And I'm sure Mohbad actually sent down that rain. Because if he did not send out the rain, it would have been so easy for them to do what they need to do in hiding. And that, but the mudslide and all these shenanigans around how slippery that place is made it even longer than they expected. And people whipped out their phones, guided by the spirit of Mohbad, for that phone to swivel from left to right, for that camera to capture images. And you can get, on this platform, we talk about the spirit of karma. Nemesis on top of it. I will put nemesis.
Yeah, nemesis, catch up with them.
Anti-karma, Uncle Nemesis. They were around that place watching everybody. And whether Mr. Joseph Aloba wasn't within that zone, it was doors away, praying and hoping that the sacrifice that the family have come together to, that they've engineered, is not only deployed, is covered. But thanks to the power of these devices, all these devices we are holding here. And look at how long, even if it's taking 18 months for the family to be exposed. If it's taking 18 months for few of them to be incarcerated, even if it's 3 seconds video. If it's taking that long, it actually means that Mohbad was alive serving a living God. He was serving his God. whilst this family, helter-skelter, were doing all sorts of sacrifices with the view to sacrifice him to the gods and take over. Everything is worked for. Everything is worked for. Loyalty, royalty, whether it's property, whether it's actually sort of like any posthumous kind of money or any glory that can come to this guy. And then all of a sudden we ended up in a situation where if he's not the wife of the departed, he's a father at loggerheads who ran up the stairs, found something that seems like a criminality is taking place. What did he do? He went downstairs to the lawyer to say, where is the land? Where is his land? Where is his property? And this is coming to play where we can no longer debunk it, but he still has supporters. And some of them, we call themselves critical stinkers. The critical stinkers are there. They've been stinking critically for 18 months. And where are his critical stinkers right now? The stinkers, the smell. You know, all this sort of like, how can I put it? Flesh, rotten flesh, vermins, cockroaches is what we end up with, that kind of mess. And where are the critical stinkers now? Are the critical stinkers now going to go and bring him lawyers? Are they going to sit down in there and advise his lawyers? And on the woman's side, we've got all the Temi people. We've got Pythagoras. We have all these people. Even Prince White himself was on the woman camp before he defected. Even though he was covering Adura and Mama Abosede, Hallelujah, who could not cry foul for the death of his son, but can cry foul for the arrest of another son who could have been culpable in taking his older son out of this world. And then we're thinking that she bore those two children. She carried both of them in her womb for 9 months. But it is okay for one to buy the other or to know about the pain of the other, because the one that is gone, but yet every single one of them wants to benefit financially from the pain of the one that is gone. And I hope that as we want to pretend that Adura is frail, and his frailty is what is called Princess White, sorry, I keep saying Prince White, Princess White, to be his godfather. And towards the end of the call, before he was incarcerated and taken in, he was vocal. He wasn't the Adura we knew. He has grown wings, and it did not sound like someone who is under the influence of anything. It goes to show that these families are a family of pretenders. So Princess White, I hope they keep him there over the weekend. Adura, keep them there over the weekend. Hopefully, fire gas, they are behind. Fire gas, they are behind with their brokers. Hopefully, they will speak.
All right, let me ask Mr. Additional one question quickly. Mr. Additional, why do you think Baba is coming out now to say he can confirm that mohbad died on Monday? Is he still in shock, or was he in shock before for over 18 months?
That is what I'm saying. There is something going on in this family. I am a strong supporter of justice for Mohbad, and I will not go to the extent of being a justice fighter and be hearing all this about Mohbad. He has something he's keeping. He has secrets. Now maybe it is because something is coming out now. He now decided to come out and say something. He knew very well this boy died on Monday. He knew very well.
Thank you. What about when Tenny came out to say Blessing was at the burial ground throwing something inside the grave, and Baba denying, saying that they are photoshopping Blessing's head? That was not Blessing, and later confessed to one radio station man that, yeah, true, it was Blessing, but he didn't want to say it openly so that people will not feel funny. What do you think of that kind of statement and that
It
kind of
is,
behavior from Baba?
it is very, very wrong and a criminal aspect of it. But you see, if I can say something about that, now mohbad has died. Adora seems to be going down. And now to put blessing inside it, maybe that is what he's thinking. But he should have told the truth. He should have come out with the truth, no matter what.
Now, do you think it's fair for people that are causing other people that are talking their truth, saying the way it should be without taking a side, saying that your pikin go die, is it your son, is it your child? Do you think it's fair on those that people are raining curses on just because they are speaking their fact?
As the whole thing is now, it's even not about it's my son, it's my something, because we already buried him. It is the public that cried out and this boy was exhumed. So it's not even his duty no more. This is a public something now. All this is saying, I just don't understand. It's my son, it's my something. He knew it was son, you have buried him already. You've forgotten about this guy. So all what he's doing now is just afterthought. I am not trying to castigate him. I am a strong supporter of this justice for Mohbad.
Okay.
But all what he's doing, I'm hearing about him now, he has something in the cupboard. He has a skeleton in his cupboard. It's part of the conspiracy. It's
Okay.
part of the conspiracy.
Now, with this, your opinion now of your last statement now, do you think you've castigated Baba?
I've not castigated him.
Right. Thank you so much. So what advice would you give to people that are saying, if Baba say he's done with justice today, they too, they are done because now I get picking, I'm not going to go further. Do you think those people are looking for justice, or do you think
they are not looking for justice? Those are not looking
what
for
advice will you give them?
It is not justice for Baba, it is justice for Mohbad.
So what advice will you give people that are saying, I stand with Baba, if you come for Baba, I'll come for you, and cursing people up and down because they are trying to expose?
Yes, I will tell them they don't know what they are doing. As Jesus said, they don't know what they are doing. They don't know what they are doing. They shouldn't go because Baba, all this something. I am not trying to castigate the man, but I will say the truth. They don't know what they are doing. It is the public that is fighting this because they have been there for the past 18 months. And look at Yomi, who has just came into this thing. I think it's not up to 6 months now. He has unraveled some things. And we can see the work that this boy is doing. Now, nobody is celebrating him. Many of them are not happy with what he's doing. And he's doing the right thing. I don't want to start mentioning names, but this guy is doing something. He has given something out that is very correct, that is true. And instead for them to rally around him, to let us fight this thing together, they are castigating him, calling him holy, all these things. He did this, he did that. Whatever he might have done in the past, that is in the past. But now he's working. And I'm seeing the impact. I'm seeing what he's doing. So all those people saying they will go with, let them go with Baba Mohbad. And that will not say this justice will stop. Because with all these 3 seconds something, there is something in that 3 seconds video. There is something there. There is something. It's not even 3 seconds. I confess that it is 10 minutes.
Don't forget that at the point, Baba said, Holy Spirit ministered to him that Mohbad has died on his way. But later, his friend or family member came out. Thank God was open call that very day and said, well, blessing called Baba now. Baba knew about it already, right? Somebody who could not tell the public straight answer, using Holy Ghost minister to him to a little bit confuse and distract us. Do you think that person...
all these are cover up? All this, he knew on that very Monday. Baba Mohbad knew because blessing called him. That's something Mama Mohbad knew very well, that this boy died on Monday. He died on Monday and they kept him in the house till Tuesday. It's very, very bad. That is a crime. It is a criminal something they are doing. They have done. And I don't buy it. I am supporting Baba Mohbad, but not to the extent for him to be telling lies. If he tells lie, I will talk. I will say this is a lie. I don't want to confront him. I don't want to do anything. But if he's doing something wrong, it should be told. Those people following should tell him it's wrong. He should not carry his cross for him.
Mr. Additional,
Yeah.
what can you say to Baba hailing somebody like Comfy that every single moment she opened a platform, it is all about cursing people, and Baba will openly say, Madam Comfy, I drop my heart for you. You are doing well. And Bukky Jesse, that all she does is, twisting. What can you say about that, Baba?
I've already told you there are people doing injustice with their heart, and there are people that are doing it the other way. This is not about women people. We that we say we are real justice fighters, that we are fighting for justice. There are snakes inside us. There are snakes. I don't want to be mentioning him. I don't want to confront, compete. I don't want to castigate anybody. I know my mind.
Well, in here, I believe people will try to understand what I'm saying and, concur to it. We try to say it the way it is, right? Because I'm a neutral person. I don't have to support somebody. If I see that something is fishy in your cupboard, I will speak it out. It's now up to people.
Yeah, that is just how it is. That is just how it should be.
I will say again, at the same time, I'm fighting for justice, and I want justice for Baba.
Let's try and find a way of rounding up the course of what we've established this morning. Mr. Joseph Aloba is a Christian, an avid one. He has a presence in his church. He will always sort of showcase that on the Good Morning South. So and showcase that. Let me finish this South. Good morning, and he will showcase that sort of on his platform, various places. He will go to radio stations. He will go to TV stations. And if Jesus indeed is a redeemer, maybe Christ will redeem you if you are about the truth. And if you've not been about the truth, and pathologically you are a liar beyond redemption. Mr. Joseph Aloba, we have stumbled upon various aspects of all your lies that you've engineered in this process to mislead us. There appear to be a supreme cover-up in this process, of which you now need to come to the public. Go back to your various radio stations, your various TV houses, to try and unravel all the intertwined kind of misgivings within this process, all the confusion. We need you to allow a dissection, annotation, decipher the truth from the lies you've told in the past. We need you to do a very sharp. Let me finish. We need you to do it sharpish, Mr. Joseph Aloba. I'm addressing you now. It doesn't really matter whether the critical stinkers have supported you, whether Comfy supported you, whether Oloriabi's platform has supported you in the past. We've seen that you've grown wings now. You've actually developed a process of independence. Even Muiwa is no longer speaking for you. And one thing that actually sort of troubles me, that perturbs me about your action lately is all this cursing, and when your sultana taking your Bible, holding this fake a share of akpa of a share, and all this nonsensical kind of figuring that you guys use to extort money off people in the power of the Almighty, the Redeemer, Christ the Redeemer. I carry a share, I curse you. If you are indeed a Christian Baba, and you are a Christian Baba, and you are an elder in the church, is a cause of actually desecrating the church itself, engineering a process of shenanigans to a point where you are now beginning to create a cult. Is that the right thing to do? When you are pushed to the wall, Mr. Joseph Aloba, is the right thing to do is to be cursing people's generation and their children? It is now high time you got out there in your crusade across the board. Use your church, use your platform, use all those radio stations to now realign the process by telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so that the Jesus Christ that you're serving to actually whisper to the Lord redeems you. Thank you.
Just a very quick observation. I know some people might take it as a joke, but coming from a Christian and a church leader, and then when you tend to curse, and you now cursing by the God of thunder, that kind of, that threw me off completely. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We're hearing you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. I mean,
can somebody, can somebody explain?
Yeah,
can somebody explain? Can somebody explain that? I'm just trying to.
That what?
Being a church leader, a pastor.
Let me quickly say something about that.
No. Let me before additional goes. You see, there is an art of desperation in the matter. Carry on, additional desperation.
Yeah, being a Christian, being something, being anything, doesn't mean you cannot swear with anything, because we are traditional people. It is this the wise that brought this religion, Christianity, Islamic, something that brought it to us. Every one of us has something doing in his heart before these people came. So I will not go into that route that because he's a Christian, he cannot do any other something. That is just my own submission. We are all Yoruba people. We are this thing. We are that.
Do you know why I asked that question?
Why?
Because apparently there's been some situation where Baba was approached, to go traditional, right? And he said, that's against my religion. That was his answer.
Was a trap. That was a trap they wanted to set for him. That very.
No, I'm not talking about women. I'm talking about when the elders of his village actually tried to consult him.
Okay, you should be against being a Christian. It's just a cover up.
Yeah. And then as a Christian, and he's coming up on the public rostrum to start provoking the God of thunder and someone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just a cover up. Everybody.
Okay.
God knows who is serving him.
Mr. Adeshino, as we now know, we believe now that you are not neutral, but there's a balance in your argument anyway, because I love the fact that you came on earlier. And yes, there are certain aspects of it where we can out of humanity, we can look at certain aspect and actually say, oh, you know what? He did not know what he's doing. Oh, maybe the children pushed him. Maybe they've planned something for him. Maybe he then ended up being the ones, to take the flak on this whole process. One thing that troubles me at this point in time, which is still ceremonial, on this desecration side of things, where it is clear that if they had gotten away with burying this guy and the body never got exhumed, then they would have actually sacrificed their own son to the gods.
Yeah.
I need really, because there's something flying out on the internet at the moment, that it was actually few meters away from where the body was lowered, which is actually beginning to make people believe that it was a one person, all the stuff that were being distributed, thrown into the actual grave. Does anybody actually know, even Tenny or Logo or anybody, how far Mr. Joseph Aloba was from that grave? Was he within few meters from it, in the background, distributing stuff to them to put inside the grave? Or was he truly few houses away? We need to get into that, because I'm beginning to see a vision. As a man of God, I'm beginning to see a vision. Something tells me it was within few meters away from where the body was lowered, rather than the idea that it was few houses away. What's your take on that?
You see, it was there. Whether few meters, whether anything, but I cannot take it that it is part of those things that we put inside the something. Because this very man we are talking about is at loggerhead Wumi, with Wumi at this point in time that was there. It was not in good time with Wumi. So all these things they are throwing, they are doing this, they are doing it. He couldn't have known, but I don't think it will
But
be
they
part
said
of
it was they claimed in my vision it was a distributor. It was the one with the white one. It was the one holding the black. It was the one giving it to them through the back, and they are passing it from the back to the front. My vision.
I don't think so. I don't think so. It shouldn't be part of that. It shouldn't be part of
As
that.
men of God, the way he saw that, he just saw it and just said to Mama mohbad, I think this guy is gone. You see, me, I'm beginning to see my own vision as well. So I'm just thinking, as a man of God.
Very well. He knew before telling Mama mohbad that he saw a vision that is dead. He knew on Monday, Blessing called him that Mohbad is dead. So no need
because
to.
if this is a sacrifice, what they've done is that they've been advised that is the father of the departed that will distribute stuff to the wife and the sister and everybody that will put something in the grave. He has to be the one to distribute it out.
No, what
because,
what I'm saying is that because of the situation between him and Mohbad, them, we meet them. I don't think I'll give anything to women. I don't know about Blessing. But
no, somebody is passing this thing to them, but there is an engineer in the back. There is a Baba Isale in the back who is passing this thing from the back to the front for them to throw inside. And let me also enlighten you on one thing. One of our members of our church was also the pastor that administered the process. He was also there when they are throwing all these things in. And I'm sure he has administered so many burials in the past, and he would have actually seen this thing to be a non-starter. He would have seen it as sort of like a desecration, and he would have seen it as a sacrifice, and he still allowed it to happen under his administration. I mean, we have seen things here. Now, even if people are fabricating stories, it is now incumbent upon us, the public. It is now dutiful for us to now go back and sanitize every single angle of every video. I now implore the Nigerian general public, over 250 million Nigerians, wherever they are, anyone that is present within there, to start submitting their videos on the internet, so that we will now start dissecting every corner, every angle, every process, until we find the engineer that is distributing the packages that they threw inside that grave. There is an engineer passing these things to them, because I don't think that anybody from anywhere will just, any members of public will just be giving these people what to put inside that grave there. Somebody is responsible, and it was being distributed there and then. The question is, who is that engineer? We need to find out who that person is.
Yeah, it will be unraveled as time goes on. But if the
I'm encouraging the public, the Ikorodu boys. The Ikorodu boys, every Ikorodu boy that is listening today right now, they need to start looking at their videos that they took on that day. Keep watching it and keep seeing if they can find people who are instrumental.
Many of them were
I know. But what I'm saying is they need to go back into their respective videos and put it into slow motion, fine tooth comb, and start looking in there to see if we can find the Baba Saleh that is distributing this thing to these people. Because remember, if the family is at loggerheads, how come Wumi was covering white and throw white substance in there, and Blessing was covering black and throw black in there? What sort of ceremonial giveaway is that? Is that a ceremonial giveaway, going away, or a ceremonial bye-bye, goodbye, or is it the beginning of sacrifices that they will inadvertently come later if they had gotten away with it, to now use it as an annual sacrifice for more money and to make sure the spirit of this guy doesn't trouble them? Is that what they are trying to do? Somebody is trying to use this body for sacrifice. There is a lot of things going on inside this thing, and what you will find every year, the family will come together. They will say they are not praying. They are throwing more meat to the gods, to their devils, more chicken, more meat, and more goats
the
to
green
their god.
grocer, bro. Unfortunately, all this voodoo stuff doesn't hold any water in the court, right?
Yeah.
With all this,
It worked
that's
against them. Remember, it worked against them when the body was exhumed.
Yeah, exactly. For me, I would still say let's try and put pressure and get that CCTV out. That CCTV will tell
but
us everything.
let me tell you, Richie, CCTV is sort of like, how can I put it? It's very technical. We're going to go through that route, yeah? And I'm telling you, if they catch you with the stolen meat, that one day is authentic. Even your doctored video and audio cannot help you, because now the goat where they look now under your agbada a day. So we have to cover every area now.
I like that one. I like that one.
And the God that is going to sort of like be on our side, and mohbad spirit that is actually roaming everywhere, knows who the right people are. People like Paparaino, people like Tenny Omologo, and various other people that will speak the truth. Those are the kind of places these spirits will visit. You will sleep in your spirit, in your thoughts. You will think about this thing. And when you come out, when you kind of vociferous about it, it has an impact. It has an untold impact on actually guiding us and leading us to actually sort of like roll over some unturned stones. And this is where we are. We have to cover, just as if everybody is a suspect, every single aspect of any shred of, in anybody's imagination, any item that can support these lies, that can literally dissect and sift out the lies and allow us to now ask the question. For every time we catch up with this Joseph Aloba, he is always telling the truth. He will lie, he will tell the truth. He will lie, he will tell the truth. And the more we do, we find, and the more we find. In moving image is different from doctored image. A moving image, an authentic moving image from someone's phone, and we can see that the video was taken on the said date, untainted. Technically, we know that Baba, blessing Corey, but Baba told us none of his children were there, especially not Blessing. I rest my mic.
Yeah, BB has left now. BB, are you still there? Okay, I think he's not there. Papariano, what I was actually trying to clarify is because of what happened. And I would like to address everybody, because knowledge is not for, it's for everybody. It's not limited to a particular individual. We were talking about bail, and I was trying to make them understand. Susie is still here, and she knows what transpired. And I was trying to let everybody understand that Yomi, as on Monday, was arrested by the Nigeria police, and he was granted bail. And I was trying to make them understand that his lawyer friend, one of the lawyers that I saw him in one of the conferences that he held on one or two occasions, he was the person that stand shorty for him.
I'm having problem with the word arrested that you're using. Please stop it.
Wait. You dropped me, and Paparano brought me up. Please, you are a moderator. I wouldn't want you to abuse that power. Paparano is there.
No, because you're talking over people. That's why I dropped you.
Papariano doesn't want me to come up to address this matter. He will not bring me up.
I know.
So just allow me to have my time, and I will leave. Please. So what I'm trying to put more clarity here is that I made them to understand that The bail that was granted was an administrative bail, not court bail, because BB with the name Vigo was trying to make people understand that a lawyer cannot stand a shorty. I understand where he's coming from. It's coming from the practical, the ethics of the law, but that is applied solely on a proceeding that has to do with the court. He's talking about the court bail, not the administrative bail. A lawyer can actually stand a bail when it has to do with the police bail, when it has to do with the administrative bail. So at the point I was having this submission with them, Susie, Richie, and Bibi, they were all on me, and they were like, before Richie now dropped me down. And that was why I came up to tell you, Paparaino, can you address this matter? Because everybody needs to know.
Let me address the matter with you very quickly. Let's say this guy was arrested and he was discharged on bail and all that. On what ground do you think he was arrested?
Okay, now this is what I want to say to you, IT guy. Now, my problem is, Yomi got arrested, okay? He has not been feeding the public. This is the situation on ground, or this is the situation on things. He's focused on his own agenda, okay? Because whether we like it or not, the reason for the arrest for those individuals that was picked up on Wednesday was not about justice for mohbad. Okay, it's a personal thing between Yomi and those individuals, not on justice for mohbad. And I brought.
Okay, I agree with you. Oh, no, I agree with
now,
you.
I brought this information. Yeah, I brought this information out based on the fact that I perceive that he is sidelining the truth from coming out. And some of those people that know what's going on the ground, they knew about this and they never said anything about it. But at the point I mentioned it, they all came to downplay that information. And at the point
I want to overplay it now. Let me overplay it with you. Okay, so that is the case as it stands at the moment. Now, what is the moral of your story? What is the moral? What do we need to learn from your story? Is there anything concrete that we can learn from your story?
Okay, now what I'm trying to put out here is that Yomi Fabi, okay, is fighting a personal battle. Now he's using the fund of the public to enhance his activities. Okay, what happened on Wednesday?
Hold on, let's slow ourselves down. Let me address it. I need to address it hold on. Let me address it step by step. So you said, what did you say? He forced the public to give him money. Is that what you said?
I said he's using the public fund. I never said
using. Hold on. The Nigerian public, out of their own volition, decided to support Yomi's foundation. Is it Yomi they were supporting, or Yomi's foundation with their money?
Yomi's foundation, of course, not Yomi.
Okay, so if they are supporting Yomi's foundation, there is always a day of reckoning and times of reckoning. I think that if you have a misgivings about the way this guy is spending the money, you can either DM him or go and open your own platform, and we will join you and bring Yomi in, and we can ask him questions.
Now, when you are here talking and in your own particular view, are you doing it in your own platform?
I'm doing it on a platform that welcomes both of us. But what I'm trying to say is that if people on a particular platform, if people on a particular platform don't want to discuss something you bring to the platform, you need to learn to understand that if they are not accommodating the discussion, there is a reason for it. Why are you frustrated? Why are you frustrated?
You are the
Where's
one
your
that is
frustration?
Nobody
wants to talk about it, and you are frustrated. You're coming back, when you're coming back. Nobody wants to talk about this particular item. We've given Yomi 10 million. And if Yomi is stealing the 10 million, go to the Nigerian police, petition him, and get him to give you account of how we spend the money.
You are the one reading meaning to it. And moreover, you speak without reasoning. Or you speak without reasoning.
It's okay.
And you're not making
your own opinion. It's your own opinion. It is your own opinion, Top Movies.
If you are entitled to your own opinion as well. Because I've listened to you
Exactly.
throughout today. All you have been saying is just
it's both
super
our opinion. Is both our opinions. But
No,
what
but
I'm saying
so
is
good
that
afternoon.
you cannot come and
yours.
vent your frustration here. When people are not
You are the
interested
one
in
that is
talking about
frustrated.
something, you
I am
can't
not
bring your
sounding like
frustration
anybody
here.
that is frustrated. But you are the one that is perceiving that you are being
Hello,
frustrated because of
No,
that.
gentlemen.